Gary Jackson tests Mr. Unpredictable today on SICW Wrestling Explosion. Hello, I'm Larry Matisick. Dave Vaughn, who has the devious Travis Cook in his corner, has become Mr. Unpredictable. Vaughn is dangerous, but Gary Jackson, when he was a rookie, was nicknamed Night Train by none other than King Kong Brody. Jackson has salt on him, and he's tough. This should be a terrific match. Plus, Jake Durden is here, and an excellent classic moment involving Tully Blanchard. We'll be right back after this. Once more, the exciting 2013 season proved that the Gateway Grizzlies are an important part of the St. Louis and Metro East sports scene. Every game is fun for fans of all ages. Hustling and hard-hitting, the Grizzlies always provide plenty of bang for the buck. In addition, the GCS ballpark is the perfect place to enjoy baseball. The organization, the facility, part of our community. Baseball is America's game, and the Gateway Grizzlies do it right. Keep in touch with new developments. Go to gatewaygrizzlies.com.
Unique and affordable gifts and collectibles on the internet are available at the Black Bear Haversack Trading Post. Go to blackbearhaversack.com. Semi-precious stones, bone horn and soapstone items, abalone shells, genuine coyote and water buffalo teeth pendants, products for Civil War, medieval, and Renaissance reenactments, and so much more. For a 10% discount, mention SICW number 7 when you place your order. It's blackbearhaversack.com for top quality at reduced prices.
You know something? Ordinarily, I am a lover and not a fighter. But if the honky-tonk man dares show his face in Belleville, Illinois, I might just have to dust this right hand off, and I might just have to take it upon myself to knock the honky-tonk man right back into 1987. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Travis Cook organization is proud to present, wrestling out of St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 223 pounds, Mr. Unpredictable, Dave Vaughn! That was totally worth the price of admission, wasn't it?
And his opponent, to my right, once again fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, 221 pounds, the Night Train, Gary Jackson!
Gary Jackson squares off with Dave Vaughn. And Ben Simon may have to square off with Travis Cook about that ring announcing, although, after all, you heard Travis Cook say, if the honky-tonk man gets in his face or creates any problems in Belleville on October the 12th, well, Travis Cook says he'll take care of it. So maybe Ben Simon just says, I'll just let these guys figure it out themselves. Jim Harris, the referee. It's Dave Vaughn against Gary Jackson. Travis already in an argument with referee Jim Harris, and now he's threatening to punch Jim Harris. Who knows what game Travis is playing. There's always something floating around in that less than dapper haircut that Travis Cook has. Oh yeah, that's right, he had his hair shaved, didn't he? Compliments of Herb Simmons and Chaz Wesson, the old school warrior. Dave Vaughn loosens up a little bit. I guess he's loose now. How do you like his new tights? Pretty fancy, huh? Mr. Unpredictable becoming a fashion plate. A little roll, a dive out of the ring. And he yells wrestling. I don't know, it looked like acrobatics. I can remember when my daughter was about 4 or 5 years old, we'd go to the gymnastics studio. They teach him how to do a tumble like that. Way to go, Dave. That's wrestling. If that's what you think, good enough, brother. Okay, Dave Vaughn now making sure he has a attachment to the count that Jim Harris has made. He has 10 outside the ring. It used to be 20. Now it's 10. Finally, Vaughn into the ring. Actually, while I'm teasing him and while I'm picking on him and we're making fun of him, we're making fun of Travis, they're trying to play a mind game with Gary Jackson. And that's just not going to work. They're not going to get very far playing mind games with Gary Jackson. And if anything, some of the crowd, they're now getting into the rabbit ears of Dave Vaughn. Maybe the mind game is being played on Dave Vaughn, and Gary Jackson's just outwitting him, and now he's ready to wrestle Mr. Vaughn. They hook up against the ropes. Referee calls for a break. Clean break by Gary Jackson. and Vaughn dives out once more. Well, now Gary's getting a little aggravated with him. Well, I see what was happening. Vaughn claimed that Gary Jackson pulled his hair. Very expensive hair, says Travis Cook. I assume he means the haircut. Look at that haircut. What do you think of that haircut? Gary Jackson moves into a hammerlock on Dave Vaughn. Nice wrestling move by Gary Jackson, and Gary didn't even yell wrestling after he did it. Vaughn did do some yelling, but now he counters. Vaughn, underrated as a scientific wrestler. He can do it when he wants to. Full house here at SICW at the East Carondelet Community Center. Once more, great fans that we have here at SICW. And of course, that's why promoter Herb Simmons has been able to go all over the area. We've been in the Alton Bell Casino and the Argosy Casino. We've been at the GCS Ballpark. And now going to Scottish Rite on Frank Scott Parkway West in Belleville. Great location, October the 12th. And of course, the card sponsored by the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 262, excuse me. Had the wrong number there. And let me correct that, it's Lodge 262. Herb Simmons nods yes, and I knew that. And one of the reasons I wanted to make sure I had it correct, and really it wouldn't matter, there are a couple different lodges, of course, throughout the area, throughout the state of Illinois. Policemen do a lot of dangerous work. I'll tell you, the community would be a lot worse off if they didn't have the loyal and the reliable people that get in those police cars, that answer the calls, that are just making their presence felt out there. Many of you from the Belleville area know that I was in Belleville for many years, and I was part of the Belleville Auxiliary Police, so I got a little bit of a taste of it, and I got to meet many of the guys on the street. And I have nothing but respect for them, and the fact that this card, October the 12th, can help raise some funds for the things that the Fraternal Order of Police do. And Gary Jackson yells wrestling at Dave Vaughn, and Vaughn bails out. But the fact that they do a lot of good things for retired police officers, for their widows, for their wives, it means something. And I think October 12th means something. In addition, it's going to be a tremendous card. And you got the Honky Tonk Man there, for crying out loud. The Honky Tonk Man, the WWE superstar, coming to town. Meet and greet, about 7:15. We'll be having folks come on in, say hi, sign autographs, talk, visit. And then probably a little bit later during the card, I'm sure the Honky Tonk Man will find a chance to sing. Herb Simmons points out a couple of names of friends that I have with the Belleville Police Department. I don't want to let anybody out, but folks like Roger Barfield, Farmer Chief Barry Beal, Jimmy Goodwin, Chuck Moore. Geez, so many of them. Great guys, and guys that are there now, too. The Jamie Nowaks of the world. A lot of good people in the Belleville Police Department and police departments all over our community. So support this if you can, if for no other reason than the fact that it is by the Fraternal Order of Police. And the second fact, that you're going to have a great time. This is a terrific card. Of course, a Royal Rumble coming up at the end of the action. Not just a Battle Royal, but a Royal Rumble where every 1 minute a star will enter the ring. At one time or another, there could be 13 people in the ring. There could be 3 people in the ring. The losers will be thrown over the top rope, and only one winner will survive, the last man in the ring. It'll be a great battle with the guys like Gary Jackson, like Dave Vaughn, like Flash Flanagan, like Ron Powers, like Ricky Cruz. It'll be a wild, wild evening. The Big Texan, Waco, should be interesting. Heath Hatton, what a great young star he is. We'll see him on that card. Terrific lineup, October 12th, the Scottish Rite in Frank Scott Parkway. And how'd you like that little wiggle from Gary Jackson? Dave Vaughn dives back into the corner. Things not quite going the way that Dave Vaughn wants them to go. So far, I think Gary Jackson's probably controlling the pace of the match. Now Vaughn's complaining again about something that Gary Jackson did. Vaughn complains, and you know where he learned it. And of course, while that happens, what does he do? He comes in with a kick to the stomach, then uses his tape across the eyes of Gary Jackson, a kick into the chest. I can't believe you fell for that, yells Travis Cook. Ah, the master of illusion, Travis Cook. Gary Jackson slammed in the corner by Dave Vaughn. And again, raking the tape, and now his fingers across the eyes of Gary Jackson. A little bit of a rougher tactic style from Dave Vaughn. He goes for a reverse neck breaker. Nicely delivered by Dave Vaughn on Gary Jackson. And just when I said that Jackson was controlling the pace, Dave Vaughn turns it around, and now Dave Vaughn controls the pace, goes for a cover, but Gary Jackson kicks out. Vaughn hooks the head of Gary Jackson. Referee Jim Harris wants to make sure that the throat is clear, and it is. It is. You can feel a little daylight in there. Not that it's a strangle, but I'll tell you, in some ways it works the same because it makes it very hard to breathe. And see again, Harris checking it. It's not on the windpipe, but it's so close it squeezes the neck together. Dave Vaughn now trying to wear down Gary Jackson. Jackson gets to his feet, looking for a little energy, looking for the crowd to maybe come along behind him. He throws an elbow into the stomach of Vaughn, another elbow into the stomach of Vaughn. Whoa, he comes off and catches a flying kick to the face. The enziguri, if you want to call it that. Vaughn going for the pin and also scraping the tape across the face. And now Vaughn's starting to get angry. He's starting to feel that maybe he's getting things to go his way. And now he pulls back on the nose of Gary Jackson. Vaughn really showing a different side of his personality than we've seen here in SICW for quite some time. Jackson, the chin being pulled back, almost a camel clutch. If you remember a wrestler by the name of the Sheik, he used to do something like that. But whoa, he didn't get picked up quite that easily by Gary Jackson and slammed onto his back as Vaughn was by Gary Jackson. Jackson built like just a tank, and he showed he has the strength of a tank right there. He had no trouble lifting Vaughn, a 210-pound guy, on his back and slamming him backwards. Jackson whips him to the ropes, and Vaughn catches an elbow to the chin. Gary Jackson turning it on now. Hooks the head. Suplex by Gary Jackson on Dave Vaughn. Jackson covers Vaughn, count of one, and at two. Vaughn kicks away. Gary opening up the offense now. Both men starting to get different types of offense going. Whoa, Gary was looking for a backdrop. Vaughn saw it coming, landed a kick to the chest, and now it's Jackson who's down. Travis yelling, get him, get him, get him. Don't let him rest. Vaughn off the ropes, into the air, knee drop into the shoulder of Gary Jackson. Vaughn covers, count of two, and again, Jackson kicks away. Vaughn argues, and referee Jim Harris is getting a little aggravated. Drop it on him harder if you want that. 1 minute remaining in the time limit. Only a minute remaining. I don't know if Vaughn heard that call or not. I think Gary Jackson did, and now Gary Jackson turns it on. He wants to come up with a victory here. He wants to knock off Dave Vaughn, but Vaughn, ooh, the hard kick to the ear. And Gary Jackson was staggered, and he's leveled with that clothesline. Travis yells, go, 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 get on him, get on him. Vaughn wasn't there quick enough. Gary Jackson grabs the arm. The whip reversed. Jackson to the corner. Spear. There's the spear by Dave Vaughn, and that could be it. That's his finishing maneuver. Vaughn going for the pin. Forget it. See where Gary Jackson's leg is? He's got his foot on that bottom rope, and he saves himself just because he knows where he is in the ring, and Travis Cook is having a fit. He's having a conniption. Come on, Dave. Come on, Vaughn. He's saying, get going, get going. And I still don't know if Vaughn recognizes what the time limit is. Whoa, he's caught with a reverse neck breaker by Jackson, but the bell rings, and this match is going to end in a time limit draw. The referee says time has expired, no falls, and I think Vaughn hurt himself. He may have missed the call of 1 minute, but Gary Jackson heard it. He kept putting on some pressure, putting on some pressure. And of course now he's frustrated because he scored with that reverse neck breaker right at the end, but it was too late to get a pin. Referee Jim Harris arguing with Travis Cook. Gary Jackson a little aggravated. He wants some more time. I think he's looking outside for promoter Herb Simmons. He wants extra time. He's yelling, arguing for more time. He says, give me more time. Come on, Herb, give me some more time. Well, that's not going to be up to Herb. Give me some more time, he's saying.
Come on, Herb, give me a couple more minutes now. Come on, Herb. Come on, Herb, the people ain't want it. Come on. Come on.
Do it, do it, do it, yells the crowd at Dave Vaughn. Has he got enough courage to get in there? And hey, Vaughn is getting in the ring. I guess he's going to give him a little bit more time. And all of a sudden we have Vaughn and Jackson in the ring. Vaughn right on him with forearm uppercuts. The whip reversed. Drop kick by Gary Jackson. And Vaughn says, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave. Well, there he goes. He'll take that 10-minute draw. And I guess we'll have to settle for that. Saturday, October 12th is a royal night for a rumble at the Belleville Brawl. The Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 262 brings Wrestling Explosion to the Scottish Rite on Frank Scott Parkway West in Belleville, Saturday, October 12th. Meet WWE star the Honky Tonk Man and me, Larry Matisick. A Belleville Rumble headline: stars enter the ring every minute, elimination when thrown over the top rope, last man left wins, powers, crews, flash, and more. For our tickets, call 235-3350. It's the Honky Tonk Man in a Belleville Brawl at the Scottish Rite, Saturday, October 12th.
For the best deal on pre-owned cars and trucks, check out King Auto Sales in Cahokia, Illinois. Buy here, pay here. It doesn't get easier than that. Easy terms and financing on the spot for the best deals on all makes and models of pre-owned cars and trucks. You can't beat King Auto Sales, 2915 Camp Jackson Road, Cahokia, Illinois. That's King Auto Sales in Cahokia, where the customer comes first. Phone 337-7050.
It's Jake Durden and two-ton Tony Reyes. Lockdown Tony Reyes, as they call him. And the crowd's already chanting for Durden. And Tony Reyes is upset by that. He's looking at the guy. He's heard all the talk about Jake Durden. Durden says, let's test strength. Well, wait a minute. That's not going to work, is it, for Tony Reyes? Oh, Tony's really upset. Jake Durden, he's smarter than he looks, if they would say that. Jake Durden says, what? I just want to lock horns with him. I just want to test strength. Come on, here we go. Well. Oh, okay, that's what Tony Reyes has to say about that. He throws a punch to the stomach and laughs at Durden. And Durden, whoa, he growls at Tony Reyes, and Reyes rolls right out of the ring. Tony Reyes going around the ring to get away from Jake Durden. You see him step over that top rope. And outside the ring, we have Tony Reyes and Jake Durden slugging it out already here at the East Carondelet Community Center. Durden slammed headfirst into the side of the ring, and it didn't bother him at all. Look out, Tony Reyes. Jake Durden slams Tony Reyes headfirst into the press table, and Tony Reyes is shaken badly. Jake Durden grabs the face and then clubs. Oh, he clubbed Tony Reyes. Jake Durden slams Reyes head first into the steel ring post, and Jake Durden showing an even wilder side than we saw, although we saw a pretty wild side a couple of weeks ago when he was involved battling Big Texan and Waco. As he comes over the top rope, oh, Tony Reyes saw an opening. Tony Reyes, pretty smart customer. They both are. They both are smart about their own abilities. And that's what's so important about that ring. You have to have control of the ring. You have to have control of what you're doing. Tony Reyes knows he's not a tall guy, and there's some things he can't do. And he's getting intimidated, but then he follows up with a headbutt to the stomach. He's not tall, but he's smart. Jake Durden knows what his strengths are. He knows what to take advantage of. And one of the things he can do is intimidate with his height. And as you saw, he tried to intimidate Tony Reyes earlier, and he, to some extent, succeeded. Reyes pushes Jake Durden back into the corner. He goes for the windpipe of Jake Durden. Tony Reyes in there on the throat of Jake Durden, and referee Jay King chases Tony Reyes back, and now Durden comes up with punches. He loads up another one, and down goes Tony Reyes. Jake Durden pounding on Tony Reyes. Whoa, what do we see there? Is that the infamous foreign object that Tony Reyes is messing with? What's he trying to do there with his tights? Jake Durden doesn't know. He's just wading right in and punching away on Tony Reyes. Reyes ducks down low again, took advantage of his low center of gravity, and he put Durden face first into the turnbuckle, and now he strangles him over the second rope. Here comes Reyes into the air, and he crashes into the back of Jake Durden, who's trapped throat first over that second rope. Durden has to get his wind. Hey, no matter how tall you are, no matter how big you are, if somebody attacks that windpipe, you're going to be in trouble. Trying to get wind is so important. Ooh, look at how Tony Reyes was twisting the nose of Jake Durden. He obviously learned in that scuffle outside the ring that Jake Durden can be a pretty wild fellow. So he figures he better be pretty wild in return if he intends to survive this match. Important match for Tony Reyes because Jake Durden's reputation is growing. Whoa, Durden runs into the corner, catches a boot, but it just doesn't stop him. It just doesn't stop Jake Durden. He grabs Raze by the throat. Raze reaches inside and he clubs whatever he had in his tights. He hits Jake Durden with it, and Durden with a drop kick. Whoa, did you see the big man go into the air there? A drop kick on Tony Raze. Durden into the air, big knee drop into the shoulder of Tony Raze. Raze all messed up now. Whatever he thought he was going to pull didn't work. He's crawling towards the corner. He's badly stunned after the drop kick and the knee drop. Now he grabs his billy club that he brings to the ring. Oh, he thinks he's going to use a billy club on Jake Durden. No, he's not, because there is the Asiatic spike right into the pressure point in the throat of Tony Raze, and Tony Raze is out. Tony Raze, the referee, stopping the match so he's not injured badly. Down goes Tony Raze, and one more victory. One more victory for Jake Durden as he uses the Asiatic spike to finish off Tony Raze. Look at that face. Do you want to get into a dark alley with him? Saturday, October 12th is a royal night for a rumble at the Belleville Brawl. The Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 262 brings Wrestling Explosion to the Scottish Rite on Frank Scott Parkway West in Belleville, Saturday, October 12th. Meet WWE star the Honky Tonk Man and me, Larry Matisick. A Belleville Rumble headline: stars enter the ring every minute, elimination when thrown over the top rope, last man left wins, powers, crews, flash, and more. For our tickets, call 235-3350. It's the Honky Tonk Man in a Belleville Brawl at the Scottish Rite, Saturday, October 12th. Farm music and fun. The place to party is Pop's nightclub and concert venue in Sojay. From Bruno Mars, the first U.S. tour of Nickelback, to Flogging Molly or the Insane Clown Posse, 30 years of memories pack Pop's concert venue, with more made at every new show. And there's a party at Pop's nightclub every night, a melting pot of friends enjoy the best in dance, rock, pop, and top 40 music until 5:30 a.m. Plus, add a full game room. Check out all the action at popsrocks.com. Then and now, the place to party is Pop's in Sojay.
Let Custom Truck Upholstery give your vehicle a facelift. Visit us on 707 North 20th Street in East St. Louis, Illinois. Custom Truck Upholstery merges old world craftsmanship and attention to detail with the latest in modern technology to make your car, truck, boat, or motorcycle look like new. Call Custom Truck Upholstery at 618-875-9850.
Of course, we talked about Terry Gordy and his Oriental Spike.
St. Louis has always been a breeding ground for young stars, even back into the 1930s. Well, it was September 23, 1983, when Al Perez opposed Tully Blanchard. Perez had terrific potential, and he did okay, while Tully Blanchard went on to be part of the Four Horsemen with Ric Flair. Let's join Perez versus Blanchard.
It's nice to sometimes to have a wrestling match like that, because you don't have to worry about no rule or nothing, and I like that situation.
Well, I think Spike Huber particularly likes it.
And I think he can do, because Spike was telling me what happened with his knee, and he wanted revenge, and I think I'm going to sit on ringside and watch him.
5 minutes have expired, 10 minutes left.
5 minutes have passed. The match between Al Perez and Tully Blanchard. With us at ringside, Dominic DeNucci. And of course, Dominic DeNucci has to be a good friend of Mickey Garagiola's.
Well, we're Italian, you know.
Of course. Yeah, I noticed Mickey Garagiola.
The only thing, I can speak Italian better than him.
How
because
come?
I'm originally from on the other side.
Abruzzi. Mickey's originally from the hill. Body slam by Perez on Tully Blanchard. Perez moving in at Blanchard. He's a tough cookie. Oh, Perez lashes out a blast. One to the jaw. Blanchard backed into the corner. A forearm smash by Al Perez. Blanchard hurled across the ring. Oh, Blanchard. Just as you said, Dominic, thinking in the ring counts.
You have to think all the time.
And Perez, an excellent young wrestler. Sometimes experience can be a big help. Blanchard goes for the pin, doesn't get it. Tough man.
You know, Blanchard is always thinking, and he's mean-looking kid. And, you know, someday I like to step in the ring with him.
We can maybe work on that, Dominic.
You know, I like when somebody's aggressive and like to fight, and because I never back off of anything.
You're going to be happy with Terry Gordy of the Freebirds then, because he likes to fight. A test of strength between Perez and Blanchard. Hey, ref, yells Blanchard. Oh, a crafty ring general. The crowd yells at the referee, but as you know, Dominic, you can't blame the referee. He can't be everywhere at once.
Well, the referee's only one, and he can't see everything.
Perez coming back, pounds Blanchard to the corner, whips him to the rope, drops him by out Perez. Perez says, come on if you want to fight. Blanchard backing up into the corner, and Perez right on top of him. Perez whips Blanchard across the ring. Big backdrop by Al Perez. Perez giving a brilliant account of himself against Tully Blanchard. Blanchard gets the shoulder up. Perez grabs the arm again. Blanchard comes off and catches an elbow smash. Perez really rolling now, and Blanchard sinking into trouble against Al Perez. Side headlock up on the rope. Oh, nice move. Greco-Roman back body drop in a bridge. Excellent wrestling. Look at that, Dominic. Great move by Blanchard.
From the World Series champion Tigers in '45 to the Gateway Grizzlies to the '03 State Tournament Belleville East Lancers. A tradition in baseball and an even longer tradition in fine furniture and service. Miller Furniture, 1004 East Main in Belleville.
Saturday, October 12th is a royal night for a rumble at the Belleville Brawl. The Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 262 brings Wrestling Explosion to the Scottish Rite on Frank Scott Parkway West in Belleville, Saturday, October 12th. Meet WWE star the Honky Tonk Man and me, Larry Matisick. A Belleville Rumble headline: stars enter the ring every minute, elimination when thrown over the top rope, last man left wins, powers, crews, flash, and more. For our tickets, call 235-3350. It's the Honky Tonk Man in a Belleville Brawl at the Scottish Rite, Saturday, October 12th. That was a hot one between Dave Vaughn and Gary Jackson. And speaking of hot, what about Jake Durden? And can you believe Travis Cook spouting off about WWE superstar the Honky Tonk Man? All will be part of the terrific card at the Scottish Rite in Belleville, Saturday, October 12th. Vaughn against Ricky Cruz, Jackson and Heath Hatton against Waco and the Big Texan, Durden against Flash Flanagan, and the Honky Tonk Man joins me for a meet and greet followed by action at 8, plus a Royal Belleville Rumble. It's typical excitement from SICW.